Hi guys, it's Lily, and you see before me my domino. This is my A5 domino, which I've been using as my home planner for the last few months. You might have seen it already in another video. So, nothing looks that suspicious about it from the outside, but if we open it, dun dun dun, no rings. That's right, these are the rings that once were inside here. So, de-ringing a Filofax. This was something that I had been thinking about and was quite intrigued by for ages because, as you may know, I'm quite a fan of bound planners and I'm not so keen on ring planners, although I like a lot of the Filofax designs. So I had become aware of this phenomenon of de-ringing Filofaxes through a few videos. There are not too many that I could find, but I'll link the ones below that I saw. And I was kind of thinking this would be cool, but I could never work up the nerve to do this. I'm not at all crafty. I'm not good with like DIY projects. And I just couldn't imagine how you could get the rings out without completely massacring and destroying it and having to put it in the bin, which would obviously be sad. So I didn't do it. I was contemplating it for a few months, didn't do it. And then finally, James and I decided that we wanted to do it. And we thought, we're just going to try it with this domino. The worst that happens, like I said, is that we'll have to put it in the bin. And James was pretty confident. He's better at DIY kind of stuff than I am. So the video that was the most helpful to me was one by Horizon1322, which is below. And she really explained exactly what to do and was very reassuring because she said that she's not, like kind of really technical. And she said anyone could do it. So I was like, okay, if anyone could do it, maybe I can do it. So what I did, and I thought I'll just show you in case you're like me and you like the idea of de-ringing a Filofax, but you're kind of scared by it. So honestly, if I could do this, I swear anyone could do it. I had some help from James, but I could do it by myself now. So all you need is an cordless screwdriver. So this is just like a standard, it's like the Black & Decker one, but I think that this is like a cheaper, it's called Dura Tool. I got this on Amazon, but it's basically the same as like a Black & Decker cordless screwdriver. And it's got a drill bit in it. So I had to plan ahead, which is difficult because I'm very impatient. And once I decided that I wanted to do it, I was like, I can't stand to wait. But I got just a set of 3 drill bits, and I'm like totally untechnical, so I have no idea about sizes. It's just like a standard like 3-size drill bit thing that will fit an electric screwdriver. Apparently that's standard, and I don't think it really matters terribly what the size is. This is just like, I think it could be bigger, it could be smaller. It's not, doesn't have to be that precise. And so what you do is, I will just demonstrate on this A5 domino, which is holding my gigantic sticker collection, which really needs to be thinned down. So basically, if you see the rings here, let's get, stickers are falling out. You see here, that's where the rivet goes in. So that's what you have to take up. So all you do is, I'll just take this one because it's easier to show you. You put the electric screwdriver, like kind of in the middle, not quite, oh, here, sorry, I'll go back to this one. Like I said, I'm not very good at DIY, crafty type stuff. So let's see if I can get it close enough that you can see. You see how there's like, I'm not sure if you can see it, but if you have a Filofax, which obviously you will if you're considering doing this, then you'll be able to check it. And you can see that there's like a rivet that kind of has a lip. And so you sort of just want to like drill around it, not actually inside. There's like a sort of, like a, not a hole, but like a kind of impression in the very center, and you don't drill into that. So you're not doing this. You're just like kind of drilling around it. Basically, you just keep drilling and drilling and drilling and drilling in a circle, or that doesn't really matter. You can like drill in one place for a while and then move over to the other side. It really only takes about 5 minutes, I'd say, like 5 to 7 maybe. And then eventually you'll drill a hole in this, which seems kind of scary, but it's actually not that hard. All you have to do is, just kind of make sure that it doesn't slip and like drill a hole in the in the Filofax, but it's really not difficult. You just kind of like keep drilling around this until you sort of like break through, and then when you get one hole, possibly two, I think this one has, you can see if I hold it up that it's really kind of quite mangled. So you just keep drilling until yeah, it's very scary at this stage. And we drilled one of them, and then thought like we wouldn't be able to do the other one, and I thought, oh my god, like the nightmare's happened, it is going to go in the bin. But then if you just keep drilling and like kind of apply like pressure, you get so that there's a hole in this. And again, it's like not an exact science, like don't worry too much about doing any damage. As long as you don't drill through the binder, you'll be fine. You can just try pulling out, basically pulling it out, and then like sort of when this has been worn down enough, you can just like pull out the rivet, and then you'll just have sort of one side attached, because this is actually only attached by two rivets, one on each side. So these rings are immaterial, which I wasn't really sure about, because it kind of looks like they have something that you might have to drill, but you don't. So you just do one side, and then you do the same thing on the other side. Just keep drilling and drilling until this looks kind of mangled, and then eventually you'll just be able to pull it up, and you just literally, like, if it's like this, you just pull it and it will come off, and then you're left with, looks like this, and inside there will be two of these things. So this is what's attaching it from the outside, and so on the outside it looks like this. This is on the Domino. On other models it will be different, but I think the Domino is quite an easy one to do, because it's just like one sheet of PVC, so you don't have to worry about like kind of extracting the underside of the ring mechanism. It's all just like one piece. You just pull it up, and then the ring mechanism is gone. And this is on the outside what it's kind of like a finishing. This is what it looks like on a ringed Filofax. It looks like that. So you can see it's the same thing, except that this one is purple because it's from the aubergine Filofax. So on the inside it looks like this. It's like kind of sharp and pointy, because this is where you've been drilling. So this originally was the like kind of part of the ring mechanism, and it's like the part that you were sort of drilling away, and so you pull up the ring mechanism, and then you're just left with this on the inside. So how you pull that out is with pliers. That's the only other piece of equipment that you need for this operation. So you just pull from the inside, so you like kind of grab onto this, and be careful because it can be kind of sharp from where you've been drilling it, but it's not like that dangerous really, so you don't have to be overly cautious. I'd say in terms of safety procedures throughout this whole operation, really all we did was just kind of try not to breathe in too many small particles of metal, because you do get a sort of accumulation of like little bits of metal around here, so you can, you know, just kind of dust it off periodically. But the whole thing only really takes like 10 minutes, so it's not like you'll be breathing in tons and tons of metal dust, but that's the only thing to be careful of. I don't think you really need any safety equipment. I wear glasses. I didn't wear any like kind of special safety glasses, so it's quite a low tech operation. Anyway, so you take this with the pliers, and you just like kind of pull, and then it will just pop out. So what does happen, which some people might mind and others might not mind, is that this whole thing comes out, so you're left with a hole here. And my solution was kind of like the lazy impatient person solution. I just took some ribbon and I tied a knot here, so it's just kind of like blocking this, and then you can see on the inside there's the other end of the ribbon. I just tied another knot there. What I was thinking that might be good to do would be to like kind of get some vinyl, in this case in pink, because this is like pink polka dots, and stick it here like kind of sticker material, and like sort of cut a circle and stick it on both ends, and then a purple one and put it on the inside, which would like kind of match a bit more. But I haven't done that, and I'm actually happy with this. I think that this looks fine. It looks sort of like a little decorative design flourish. So I think that that's okay. They're probably much better things that someone more crafty than me could think of to do with it, though. I haven't actually figured out a way to just get this. I think if you had some other equipment, like if you had metal cutter maybe, or like a metal saw, you could saw this off and then just stick this part on the outside and like put something on the inside so that it would be flat, you know, like if you just kind of sawed it off until you only had this button. Yeah, so there are a number of different things that one could do, I think, but unfortunately, as it is, I couldn't figure out how to get it so that I could keep the outside but get rid of the inside. Ken from Oz is another pioneer of Filofax D-ringing, or I think maybe he was the original one, and he has one with a domino, and in his video, I couldn't work out how he did it, but the domino still has the outside bit of this. So I'll link that video down below as well, and if you've got a domino and you can work out how he did it, then you're a better man than me, because I couldn't figure it out. But anyway, I'm happy with this. So after it's done, that's all you have to do. You're left with 2 holes here, which you can fill in whichever way you think best. And yeah, so I've got the ribbon. And then you have this, which is the elastic for the domino on the outside, so you don't have to do anything with that. And it doesn't bother me having this in here. I think this is fine. It doesn't offend my senses. I could imagine that, you know, for somebody, they might not like the look of it. And again, I'm sure that there's a way to think of something that you could do to cover this up, depending on what type of planner you put inside as well. If you have a planner that you can like kind of slot in like sort of Hobonichi style into both sides, then you wouldn't have to look at any of this, because the planner would always be covering it up. So if you just use this as a notebook cover, do you see what I mean? Then that solves the whole problem, and you'd never have to look at this. The way that I've got this, I've put my home planner, the spiral bound planner that I showed in my last home planner setup video, I put it in here because that was originally my plan. I wanted to de-ring the domino and put the spiral planner in here. And then I was sort of like temporarily swayed because I found this other cover, that Collins cover it, and that was at the time when we sort of thought the de-ringing operation wasn't going to work. But then when we did it, I thought I'll put it in here because that was the original plan. So it's great because you've got this pocket, so you can keep things in the pocket, and then you can slot your, it would fit, this is an A5 size, so it's actually a bit bigger than an actual A5 planner. But you could easily fit in an A5, like say a Moleskine or a Leuchtturm or any kind of bound planner. The A5 Hobonichi would fit in here. So I've got this bound planner in, and it's just got the back cover is like tucked into this slot here. And then I'm using this for like sticky notes and stuff like that. And so you've got this slot that you could still put other things into. And then it's got the pen loop, so it's great. So yeah, I've got it like this because I sort of want to be able to keep this pocket accessible. But I'm thinking about it, and I might experiment with putting the other side into here as well, if you see what I mean. And then you would sort of never, I could still use the pocket, I guess, and then this would be completely covered. So yeah, that's another possibility. And then it just closes up like that, and this is what it looks like on the outside. See, so I am very pleased with that. And then this is like kind of what it looks like from the top. So you could fit quite a bit in here. You could fit another notebook on the other side easily, and you still have room, because this is like all of the room where the rings were, and you can now squish it down so that it's, you know, quite a lot thinner. And that's what it looks like from the side. So I'm really, really happy with this. I think it's the best of both worlds, because I like the look of the domino, but I'm not such a fan of the rings, so now they're gone. And yeah, it's really easy, and then you can put any kind of notebook that you want inside. So I hope that this was helpful if you're sort of inclined towards de-ringing a Filofax. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be back again soon with another video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!